Salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chucky, joined as always by my duo Q partner, the boy.
Hey.
And we are here to talk to you about League of Legends, finally. But first, like, comment, subscribe, share our video. It gets us views and causes you to have a better sex life. Plus, if you would be so kind, check out Super Blizzard's Bandcamp page, link in the description, and grab up on all his tasty music since his Shining Masato song, Let's Get Hardcore, is our theme track.
So, listener, this week we wanted to just basically do an introduction, sort of League, how we feel about the game, what we like, what we don't like, and specifically, we're going to go run down a list of a bunch of champions we like. We both made a list, sort of from most liking to down further into not least liking, because...
Yeah, there's like 110?
Yeah, we only have so much time.
120?
Something like that. And so...
God, who would want to arrange all of them?
Oh, no. Yeah, you would. I'm surprised you haven't already.
Yeah, you know what? I might have to do it later. Yeah, it's, we've been meaning to talk about League for a while. For those who aren't up on the most popular video game currently, League of Legends is a multiplayer online battle arena. It's like an RTS without the
Mans.
Yeah, the mans. I mean, they're still minions, but you don't control them. You only control one dude. If any of you played Defense of the Ancients, it's based on that. But it's better.
Much better. Better than Dota 2, too.
We can't really comment. We haven't played Dota 2.
I don't care.
I look at their champion roster and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Heroes of New Earth has a cool champion roster, but it just... it's like, if you go to their forums, the way they act, it's like, I don't want to talk to these people.
They're douchey.
I mean, like, League has one of the worst communities in gaming, but Heroes of New Earth are that, plus elitist.
Nobody likes that. Nobody wants that.
But, the reason for this is, we're planning on rolling out some miniature podcasts.
Just little 15, 20-minute things. One of the things we decided we wanted to do podcasts on, these little smaller ones, is big patches and, big changes with League, because it's something we both do a lot and we have fun with it. So then we realized we hadn't actually ever gotten around to doing the first podcast about League.
Yeah.
So...
little follow-ups on our other podcast, too. It's not going to be all about League, but it's a big part of our lives right now, and,
thus, it's a big part of the podcast.
Yeah, you're here to listen to us chit-chat, and that's just more shit to chit-chat about.
So, with that in mind, League of Legends. How do you want to start this conversation? It's kind of a complex game.
It is. I find it's a game that, not only does it grow constantly, like once every 3 weeks there's a patch, but, I find that you as a player grow constantly with it. In making this list, and it's a short list, we're not trying to do this top 10 style. That's something better served by like an actual video format.
That way we can do little pictures of the champions and little funny gifs of them stomping on the champions we don't like.
Are we really that lame?
No, but for some reason lots of people on the internet are.
Oh, okay. Sorry, internet. You're lame. I'm just going to grind things to a halt. So, as we're talking about this, 4chan is invading Tumblr, right?
Really?
Yeah. I think it's just...
That's still happening?
Yes, it's B and POL. I don't know if they like to be called Paul. Whatever. I suppose they would, but...
I prefer to call them Saul, because I like the reference.
They're trying to invade Tumblr and piss people off. And at first I thought it was just against feminism. No, it's Tumblr. It's just Tumblr.
They don't like the site very much.
Well, no, and I can understand why. There's a lot of pedantic bullshit and hugboxing in there.
As a lifelong pedant, you'd think I'd be more comfortable there.
Here's the thing. They ran into Homestucks and don't know what to do.
What?
Like, they're so... Homestuck is this phenomenon that I do not understand.
No. The thing that made me say, what? There's a bunch of those on B.
Yeah. And they don't know how to troll themselves, or they're not actively engaged in this, but it's just like they've hit this wall of untrollability. And, I don't know. It's just funny. I tried to read it, and it seems like it's an entire phenomenon of you had to be there.
Yeah, it does. I don't really care.
Like, so many people I really admire are really into it, and I'm like, all right, well, what's this all about? And I get there, and I'm like, there ain't even any gray people yet. What's going on? I'm like a ways in, and this is just some dude talking to his dad, who's kind of cool. Anyway,
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I grinding halt, but he just reminded me, and I think that's hilarious.
Dragged it right off the rails.
Woo!
First
I've been
5
wanting to
minutes.
talk about League of Legends since we started this fucking podcast. Week 2, I wanted to talk about League of Legends, and we finally get to this point, and I'm like,
So anyway, Homestuck.
so with the news.
So anyway, Homestuck. You brought it all the way to there.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so, no. Yeah, this list was really hard to make because of how, well, it was a weird, I kind of like swallow hiccup. Because of how one grows with League of Legends, you know? And I was trying to narrow it down to a small pool of champions, because obviously we don't have a long time to talk here. An hour seems like a long time on paper, but time flies when you're having fun, you know? And, man, I had to cut so many people.
Right?
And it was like, but I love that one, but I never play them.
Or I love that one, but my God, I like this one more.
Yeah, I grew up playing this one. Grew up in terms of League. You know, I leveled to 30 playing that one. And I was just like, wow, what the fuck? Top of my list is Maokai. I mean, I think anybody who knows me as a League player,
It's
who's
Maokai.
White plays Maokai.
White plays Maokai fairly well for bronze.
I haven't been as good lately. I like his changes, but his ult's going to take some getting used to.
Because it's attached to him now, right?
Yeah, it's attached to him. It's a little bit smaller.
Oh, they shortened it?
Physically smaller.
Yeah, I know. Well, shrank it, I
They
suppose.
de-diametered it. Reduced it. Hey, what a word.
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, because if it was that fucking big, he'd just be, like, constantly crow-storming, basically, except for defenses.
Defense storm. Armor.
Oh, and then once all the armor is up, fuck you! He's still good, though. I really like the buffs. I like playing him top. I used to play him support all the time.
To date, every time of all the times I've ever played marksman and support.
You can call it an AD carry. People know what that is.
No, right? Wants them to be marksmen. I'll use their stupid terminology.
Wyatt doesn't care.
No, they don't.
They came out, they said, look, okay, we don't care what you call them. Call them whatever the hell you want.
We're gonna call them
We're just going to keep it internally consistent, and AD carry is a position, so we probably shouldn't call this role that. Because Teemo is labeled as a marksman. But nobody plays him ADC.
No. Because why would you?
Yeah.
But, yeah, no. Every time I played ADC support bot lane with White, my favorite support for him to play is Maokai. Because Maokai is a tank. And he has amazing poke.
An amazing CC.
Amazing all of the things.
And if you build him right, he doesn't do enough damage that you really are too concerned about kill stealing.
But he's impossible to murder.
Yeah, he's hard to murder. I mean, not impossible.
No,
Especially
he's not.
late game.
He's not someone who's later on my list, which we might not get to. But top of my list is actually a very similar champ, who's even harder a support. Braum.
Really?
I love Braum.
The newest champ.
Yeah, it's not just flavor of the week.
That's tight.
I got on this champ. I was excited for him coming up. He got released. I got him, and I just like all I've played since.
Well, and you're not a guy who buys the latest champ. I mean,
No.
you got Yasuo as well, but
He's next.
yeah, Yasuo and Braum are kind of outliers in terms of you buying the latest champ. You never fucking do that.
No, I don't typically like buying 6,300 champs, just because I feel like I should buy like 2 lower tier champs instead.
Mm-hmm.
But the last two. No, not the last two. Vel'Koz was in between Yasuo and Braum, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yasuo and Braum, I fell in love with them. Yasuo is the second one I have on this list since White brought him up.
Yeah.
I love Braum. so much. He has amazing poke. They were right to nerf him. Don't get me wrong. They nerfed him pretty soon after he came
They're
out.
still working on his balance, trying to get him into a good
He's
spot.
still super strong.
Yeah.
I mean, he could do a little inlining, I'm not going to lie, but I'll take advantage of him right now while he's OP.
Yeah.
He has great poke. He has amazing peel. Like, A-class peel. And if you build him right, he is a terror. Because he doesn't do any damage, but he's just a CC machine.
He is, man. I'm playing against him. Your top 2 champs piss me off.
And I bet you it's for very similar reasons.
It's just all the deny.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
And it's well designed deny, but it is...
Here's my issue with it, is they introduced it so far into League's life, nobody else has a skill like that.
Except for these two.
Except for these 2 champs. And it's a cool skill, but you've introduced this so late in the game.
Well, I don't know. There are other champions with pretty strong denial effects, like Kale.
Kale's alt.
Mm-hmm.
What button?
Poppy.
Poppy's alt. What button do you have to push for win wall?
It's W.
Uh-huh. And for Brahms thingy?
It's E. No, I'm sorry. No, it's E.
So, it's not exactly alts.
No, but they're not as good as ults either.
No, they're not. And you can bait them out and stuff. There's counterplay, but it's introducing such a strong counterplay mechanic. If I were League, if I were Riot, I should say, I would have introduced these 2 champs closer to the end/beginning of a competitive season. Because you know what? They're going to do item reworks. They're going to do balances here and there. Here's a whole new fucking mechanic for you to mess with. Because different than Kale's alt or even Poppy's alt, where there's a bubble and you can't damage them for a really short amount of time, this is a wall that, like, that fucks your shit. I mean, it says no.
Well, Yasuo's wall says no. Brahms' wall
he still takes some of the damage. It's not as bad, but Braum is so made of tanky that, I mean, you might as well be cake farting at him.
And I absolutely don't build any damage on Braum. It's all tank. Full tank. Start of the game.
Well, and why wouldn't you? But it's just so frustrating, especially to adapt to.
And that's honestly, it's not even to frustrate the other side. I love them because don't get me wrong, Windwall and Brahms, Unbreakable, are big reasons why I love the champs, because they allow for skilled play.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it much on Yasuo. I haven't played Yasuo nearly as much as I've played Braum, but it feels so good to have like a Draven ult or an Ezreal ult or an Ashe Arrow wheel in from out of nowhere, and you just turn, face the wind, and continue about your day.
Well, and there's counterplay to it. It's hard, but there is counterplay to both of those abilities. And something I found way more about Yasuo players than Braum players. I like Braum. I fucking hate fighting him, but I like him as a champion. I hate Yasuo. Just entirely. I crowed for ages about how there wasn't a champ that I wanted removed from the game. How everybody has someone, usually Teemo, that they're like, no, delete them, fuck that champ. I didn't have one for the longest time.
Mine was Jax.
Yeah. And then Yasuo dropped, and I was like, this guy seems cool, broken. This guy seems broken. No. And then I played as him and against him and realized he wasn't broken in the way I thought he was.
He's broken in an entirely different, much better way.
Oh my god, I hate Yasuo.
Oh,
and it's worse because everybody who I fucking play with who plays him is one of 2 things, barring yourself, of course. Absolute shit, because he's such a hard champion to play.
I'd say I'm still pretty shit with Yasuo.
But you're not absolute shit. You have a general idea of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know how to set up your own
Build
fucking
static shiv.
So they're either absolute shit, or they are the biggest kill-stealing jerk-asses. And I'm not that guy. I'm not, you fucking kill-stole me. No, kill secured, whatever, it's cool. But there's a difference between, like, oh shit, I got an auto-attack off, or oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't think you were going to hit him. Or I didn't think you were going to catch up. Whatever, who cares? But the Yasuo who, like, hangs out and is like, oh man, just any second now, and Yeah, just, I figured I could have those 4 kills. You didn't need them, right? Of course not. Yasuo.
Yasuo's a carry. He needs the kills.
Yasuo's a dick.
He's an amazing character and an amazing champion. He's incredibly well designed and he's fun.
Riot's been doing this a lot lately. A lot more than they have in the past with me anyway. I like his story. I like his personality. I like his quotes. I like his voice actor. His model's pretty cool. I like how on his Western skin, even though I don't really like it, I like the gun handle for his sword.
The gun bladey wheels.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But, man, I hate that champ. Lucian was the same thing. I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be cool. He has, magic rocks that shoot lasers. And he's... Oh,
that look like giant desert eagles.
He is so cool. I hate that champ.
Lucian's okay.
No fun.
I like him. He's fun. He's just a little different.
He feels like... I think I made the comparison to Graves and Vayne. He feels like a combination of those two, where he's not quite Graves in terms of mobility and...
He's a little more mobile than Graves. Graves' dash doesn't clear CC.
It doesn't clear CC, but it also goes 2 Teemos farther.
It does go farther, but Lucian can do his more often.
Well, yeah. But that, he's got this weird cadence to his shots. And
it's because of double up.
Yeah, anything else that's a problem with Lucian, I could probably learn to adapt to. No, that's wrong. One of his moves, I can't remember. It's whichever one's got a weird targeting pattern.
The one with the starburst?
The line? No, the straight line. I like the starburst. It's a straight line one.
What about it?
It's just got this weird-ass targeting pattern where it locks onto something you're aiming at, but it's still a line-of-sight thing.
Yeah.
But it locks onto a target. I can't just direct it to a line, a skill shot.
It's not really a skill shot. It's a click to hurt.
But it goes in a line.
That goes in a line.
And
it's a locked skill shot. It's a no-skill shot.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it fucks me up playing him. But, even that, I could get used to that. I don't like it, but I could get used to it. The cadence with which he shoots, I have to jack my attack speed up before I feel comfortable. And that's, I could basically never play him. I would never be able to last hit.
It's the same thing, with, someone else on my list. I'm going to wait till we get to them, because I want to go through all these people. I wanted to mention something else about Braum. I love him because you can ult in and then hop to someone who's already in a fight, or just walk forward, and then I swear I will hop into the middle of the team, turn on my wall, and punch all 5 members of the enemy team, just in sequence. Because that way my teammates can come and punch them, and then I get 5 stuns off.
That's something I like about someone who didn't quite make my list, Leona, who I supported with basically through all of Season 3. Anytime I had to support, it was Leona. I went undefeated in ranked for 20 matches with Leona. You would think that might get me out of bronze, but no.
Might get you out of bronze 5?
It didn't.
Wow.
I didn't. The matches weren't all in a row. But specifically when I played Leona support. Anyway. I like her light ability that, anytime she uses her powers, it gives that little particle effect on the enemy, and then your target hits them and they do more damage. I love being with a carry who knows what that is, because I'll turn on my shield and I'll wade into a minion field, and then I'll be like, boom, and they're just like, pick, 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 pick. It's easy mode.
I really like that with a couple champs. It's pretty much the same thing with Braum. Braum and Leon are very similar champions.
Yeah, I think...
I will punch a minion just so that they can auto-attack off on it. Instead of last hitting, they can auto-attack off, get to that 4th auto-attack, and bam, it will kill the minion. That way they can just auto-attack to fill time if we're just farming the lane and push the lane a little bit.
I think Braum's a really well-designed champ. I think I'll probably get him eventually. I don't have a point right now, except that sometimes I get stuck support and I don't know who I want to play. Braum's nice default because he's strong.
He's great. Who's next on your list, anyway?
Next on my list is kind of my next 2 are kind of wonky. They're champions that aren't that great, but are incredibly close to my heart. So I couldn't really go without them.
I've got a couple on here like that.
My next one is Twitch, who saw a bit of a resurgence in season 4, thanks to some changes to damage items, to lifesteal and shit like that. He got some buffs. He had his rework late season 3, I think, and that made a lot of people really interested in him. And then he had his visual upgrade this year, which is beautiful. I think it looks great.
I like new Twitch.
Yeah, I do too. He had some nerfs just 2 patches ago, and then it made him just unplayable.
It's a close thing with Twitch, with all the stealth gameplay champions, really.
It doesn't even have anything to do with his stealth. They didn't touch his stealth. They touched his poison.
Right, but the thing is, they have to touch his poison. The stealth gameplay champs, all of the rest of their kits is kind of warped around the stealth, because it's powerful. So, you find that with almost all the stealth gameplay champions. Him, Eve, Teemo to a lesser extent, Rengar, Kha'Zix.
Eve is okay. Eve's been pretty balanced. They've made little tweaks here and there.
But how long was she gone? How long was she the worst champion acknowledged by Riot intentionally?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Stealth gameplay is kind of hard for Riot to deal with. You notice that there's often a lot of variation in Kha'Zix and Rengar. They're still reworking Rengar. Stealth gameplay
is pretty much... I mean, I'm sure they're going to buff and nerf him some to keep in balance with item changes and stuff, but they're pretty happy.
New Rengar's pretty much set?
Yeah.
That's good.
And he feels good. He feels like a really good champ. I'm happy with him. It reminds me of Draven, the stealth mechanic. Because back when I was really good with Twitch, back before his kit rework, where I would just stealth across the map and take out towers when no one was there.
Because with his old, you could get a tower from outside the tower's range.
Oh, you can still do that with his ult. I think the range is still just outside the tower.
But you just can't stealth as long now?
I can't stealth as long. I can mimic it with the right boots, but it's not fun. Actually, since they did the nerfs to the Super Ghost Fast boots, we don't use real names for half the items.
Boots of mobility.
Are those the boots of mobility?
Yeah.
Okay. I always think that's the boots of speed is the default ones, right?
Yeah, they're the Pegasus boots.
No, the
boots of speed is the
brown
shoes.
Shoe.
What are the Pegasus boots called?
Boots of Super Ghost Fest.
No. All right, I'm gonna look that up. Continue with your story.
All right. Well, if you're good with that mechanic, someone is fucked. If you're not good with the mechanic, it's still strong. It reminds me of Release Draven's axes. If you were good at catching his axes, thus keeping up all that bonus damage, plus his bleeds, plus the free cooldown on his attack speed buff, you were unstoppable. You didn't have to be good at any other part of fucking League of Legends.
Swiftness, boots of swiftness.
Boots of swiftness, thank you.
You just had to be able to stay at max attack range and catch axes.
So all people would do would be to practice Draven, practice catching axes, get good enough at it to fake it through, and then fake it till they made it. I like the reworked Draven. I still don't play him much because I'm not terribly good with him.
And catching axes is still very important.
Yeah, it's still very important.
They took off the thing which made Draven broken, which was those bleeds.
But it was a high skill cap champ, but it didn't take that much effort to master it in terms of how much effort people put into League of Legends in the first place.
And it wasn't that high a skill cap, because it actually got you more rewards than a high skill cap champion even should. Because look at Orianna. Master Orianna players aren't doing as much damage as a mediumly good Draven.
Back in the day, yeah.
Back before he got nerfed.
And stealth is kind of like that. You have to be careful with it. I hope they find a happy medium for Twitch eventually. It seems like every time they bump him around, they just go too far in one direction or the other, and it's just not...
Not good.
No. And a lot of the counter gameplay they took out of the stealth mechanic is an issue as well. Like, getting rid of oracles was good in the current meta, but it's hard to counterplay a Twitch with a pink if everyone can always see the pink.
Yeah, but before that, Twitch was a champion you could counter with an oracle. You could counter him with 400 gold.
Like, I think they went too far in the other direction, and now they're going on nerfing his stats. And no, his stats were fine.
But without ways to get vision of him,
without ways to get vision, he's
bullying the entire map.
But I love his personality. I mean, he was like, he's one of those champions, like Maokai, that I just kind of saw in the store and was like, oh, I gotta have that guy. Look at him. Look at his stupid triangle rat face. Yeah, that's my Twitch. That was who's next for me.
You want to go with your next one? Because they were kind of tied together.
They kind of are. I mean, in the same way Twitch was. I saw this guy in the store and was like, I gotta have this guy. The difference being that I've probably only ever stopped playing this champion after the Earthening.
Oh, God. All right, yeah, no. It's a sidebar. We got to talk about that. So, Earth. Anyone who's played League of Legends for more than a couple months knows what this was. Anyone who doesn't play League of Legends, it's like 30 minutes into this podcast. How are you still listening?
Yeah.
But,
man, that white's got such a sexy voice.
Please, it's all me. No, it isn't at all. My voice is annoying. But Ultra Rapid Fire. Me and White both had to, like, relearn how to play League after that, because while it was up, it's all we played. Because, I mean, Riot's joke was right. When you're out of mana, you're out of fun. And cooldowns aren't fun.
God, it was so much fun. But yeah, so if you then want to go back to playing League, you have to relearn. And I'm still relearning. I mean, if I didn't have, a standard 9-to-5 job, which my hours are anything but standard 9-to-5, but still, if I didn't have a job, 6-hour-a-day job, I'd probably have time to have relearned how to play League by now.
I'm still relearning myself. It's just, it completely fucked with all of my instincts. Because I'm like, where are all my cooldowns? Why can't I just always be all on your face with Xin Zhao? Why? I haven't played there's a couple champs I haven't played since Earth, just because it completely ruined my instincts of the champ. But it was so fun.
Yeah.
While it lasted, it was so fun. It was broken.
Like the end of the Nightmare Before Christmas album. With Patrick Stewart as Santa Claus.
Oh.
Yeah.
But,
for those who don't get that reference, and I'm not going to be able to quote this directly, he basically says, if you could have done it all over again, knowing what you know now, would you have done it again? Says Santa Claus. And Jack answers, wouldn't you? And yeah, I don't care how much I suck at League now, comparatively.
If they brought Earth back tomorrow,
yes,
I would spend my whole day not at work, just Earth, match after match after match. It was fun.
Yeah, I never finished my sentence. The guy I was, my thought, I suppose. Urgot. I was going to try to lead into it a little bit more, but I forgot exactly where my build had gone and didn't want to retread too much ground. I love Fatigot. And when I first got him, I played him wrong because I built him AP. Because I saw his shield had a decent AP ratio, and I was like, oh, it must be AP. No, what the hell? But I also built him tanky, so I was... Well, and with that shield, I had shields for days. It didn't matter how much damage I did. You were slow and couldn't do anything about it.
And you were just annoying.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like him as a champ. I know he's up for the rework. Probably within a year, so I don't have to worry about anything soon. They're going to make some minor changes to his ratios, give him a little more mana accessibility, give him some more missile speed, not attack speed, but
his speed on his Q.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they end up doing with him. I love him. I jungle him. I have a little Jungle Got song I sing to the tune of the old Spider-Man theme.
Jungle Got.
Yes, that's how it starts.
Yeah.
There was this kick I went on, and I'm still kind of on. If I played jungle more, I might care more. Where I was taking every champion I had and seeing if I could jungle them.
And if so, how well?
And Urgot was one of those guys that was just like, oh my god, why are you good at jungle? And his ganks. I mean, post 6, yeah, there's an obvious, oh, by the way, I'm in your lane and ganking you, and there's really nothing you can do about it because of his ult. Pre-6, it's still fun because you lead in with his corrosive charge, and then you're just like, yeah, run, go ahead, shoot my Q at you.
You cannot get away. I am standing in the middle.
I've got so much damn range. And the slows from his shield, I mean, he's just a good jungler. And it looks like they're probably going to be moving him away from the AD carry role and into more of a
top lane, jungle sort of area.
So I'm looking forward to that.
All right, my next one on my list is one who's been in my heart for a long time. And I didn't buy him for a long time for a very specific reason. My next one is Piltover's head scientist. I love Heimerdinger. I love everything about that character. I love all his quotes. I'm not going to burden you, listener, but I can quote most of his quotes in the Heimerdinger voice, and I do so while playing.
Who doesn't, man?
Science!
Existence is torment. Clank, 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 clank.
Oh, but I loved everything about old Heimerdinger. And when they announced the rework, I was very scared.
Because he saw what happened to Twitch.
And Twitch got he's a completely different champ now. And I loved Heimerdinger. And Heimerdinger is a different champion now. But I like this one too. I like new Heimerdinger as much as I liked old Heimerdinger. And he is the most fun mid that I know of. I will play Heimerdinger mid all day, and so long as you didn't bring Smite to the lane, I'm going to make your day a lot worse.
Yeah, Heimerdinger's like basically, in personality-wise, just like customized for you and your kind of people.
Yes, I love science.
Yeah.
I love the insane mad science that he does. I like that when you do his ult now and he puts the giant turret up, he goes, "It's alive!"
They really go to the nines on these reworks.
They really do, and I have the Alien Invader Heimerdinger skin. I absolutely love it. I love his giant floopity brain.
Skins are something I think are interesting, and I keep a League of Legends spreadsheet.
Because of course he does.
Because basically I like to keep track of A, who I own, B, what roles I feel comfortable with them in, and C, I just kind of like to watch my play patterns. It helps me know more about myself as a gamer, and it helps me draw certain conclusions about new champs, what champ do I next, etc., etc. What's up?
He's the first one on this list who I have a skin for, because I don't like Braum or Yasuo's skin. I just realized
That's weird, yeah. Well, I mean, they only have one skin each. Braum's skin is good. It's just not as good as his regular skin.
Yeah, it's just not. I like his regular skin more.
That's how I am with someone a little later on my list. He's got a bunch of skins, but none of them are as good as his basic skin.
Right.
Yeah. Skins, I think, are really interesting. I think it's interesting what it says about the person who buys them, the reasons they buy them.
Yeah, like who buys the good Terry skin and who buys tryhard Terry.
Yeah.
That's Armor of the Fifth Age Tarek is the good Tarek skin, because if you're gonna go gay, go all the way.
Oh,
be
man.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I have Armor of the Fifth Age Tarek. I love it. And I bought the green one, Emerald Tarek.
So did I, because I like green.
I think it's just a really good looking skin.
It really is.
And
I was pleasantly surprised.
I think once they visual upgrade him, I think they're going to do something special with it.
Which is nice.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But now when I play Tarek support, I'm like, all right, do you want me to go hard gay or do you want green? They're like, hard gay!
And then there's Tryhard Tarek, which is was it Dread Knight?
Dread Knight, I think so.
Where he's like, they try and make it manly, and that's not what Tarek's about. Well, I don't really know what Riot thinks Tarek's about, but that's not what Tarek's about.
Tarek he was never intended to be
the comedy character he's kind of become.
Well, I don't think he should ever be a comedy character.
Not like a joke character, but
No.
like a fun character. This absolute celebration of how amazing it is to be Decay.
I love Tarek. I've got a concerted effort that I've been making over the last couple of years to try to really get into fan fiction, and like one of the only fanfics I really enjoyed from League, besides a pretty special Graves and Twisted Fate one, was one that had Tarek in it, like acting like Tarek. And I think in terms of personality, in terms of character, he's probably like one of my favorite characters in League. I don't like playing him that much. He's probably one of my top supports. But,
yeah, he's the same. He's fun to play, but I don't like him near as much as I like him.
Yeah. And I think he's just awesome. He's someone you can look up to. He's someone you can respect. He is that stereotypical knight. And he has that kind of tragedy in him because he's from another world, which is something that a lot of people don't know, even though it's right there in his bio. I'm sure they'll get rid of that once they visual upgrade him.
Yeah, they'll bring him into the world.
And, he's got so much personality for being one of the older champs with like 6 lines or whatever, 8 lines I think the old ones have. And he's just such a strong character. Not even on either of our lists, I don't think.
No.
We just went off on a Tarek. But skins is what we were talking about. You have Alien Invader, Heimerdinger. Why did you choose that over the other Heimerdinger skins?
Because honestly, I looked through all the Heimerdinger skins that I had available to me, and I'm not a huge fan of Piltover Customs Heimerdinger. I like the mechanic thing. I like it in theory, but that's not why I'm playing Heimerdinger. I'm playing Heimerdinger who's science better than you. I didn't like. It's the same reason I didn't like. I forget what it's called. Accident Heimerdinger, where he has the frazzled hair and it looks like he just blew himself up. That's Ziggs. That's not Heimerdinger for me. Of all of the skins that he has that I had access to, for me, Alien Invader Heimerdinger was not only the best skin because it really was pre-rework. After rework, they're all really good.
Yeah.
And it was the one that fit. That was a skin that thus allowed me to show the community that I like this champ enough to have purchased something for them, to have spent real life money on something for them. It was the skin that kept the spirit of the character alive in a real way, and that's actually why I have a bunch of skins for characters, but I try and find the skin that I like that still keeps the same things I liked about the basic model, because a lot of these champions, I like their basic model just fine. They're not like Heimerdinger. I love Heimerdinger as much as I love Alien Invader Heimerdinger, but the skin allows me to put my own stamp on the champ, and I like that.
Going back from mine, I actually have skins for 2 of the champs I've already mentioned. Maokai, I got all up on Haunted Maokai, like the second he came out. I think he looks awesome. I mean, you fucking know me. Listener, you're out there just going, oh yeah, okay, White has Haunted Maokai, big fucking surprise, is it ghost and spooky. But,
Your name is White Raven.
Yeah. I really liked, I think it's Totemic Maokai.
Yeah, Totemic Maokai is fun.
But he doesn't have a lantern.
You need the lantern.
Because of that little lore tie-in, the reason he wears the lantern is so that the little woodland creatures on the Twisted Tree line don't mistake him for a regular tree and try to nest in him and get hurt. That's awesome. It shows simultaneously how much Maokai cares about life. And also, how he is different and how he kind of resents that. He can't be a home for these creatures anymore. He was before and he knew that, but he still wants to protect them. That's really cool. And Haunted Maokai still has the lantern. He's got a cool tombstone. I love his little giant teeth saplings.
They're little. I thought they were little tombstones.
They're little tombstones with like grave dirt underneath and wiggly arms.
That's great.
And Twitch, I actually have 2 skins for, which is Kingpin Twitch and Whistler Village Twitch. I bought both of them pre-rework.
And then was very happy with what happened post.
Oh yeah, Kingpin Twitch is like fucking hands down my favorite Twitch skin. I like that when they reworked him, when they visually upgraded him, I keep using those words interchangeably. They're not.
No, a rework is a mechanics thing.
When they did his visual upgrade, how they made each different Twitch a different kind of rat, and I like how Vandal Twitch is a bald rat, except for his mohawk.
Yeah, that is nice.
But, Kingpin Twitch was just green with an eye patch before. I grabbed him because he was cheap 2 Christmases ago.
I have a Twitch skin, don't I?
Yeah, I accidentally you a whole
Yeah, you
Mafia?
mystery gifted me Mafia Twitch.
Mafia Twitch, yeah, which is a pretty tight Switch skin, too.
Yeah,
Isn't that bad skin?
It's the exact opposite of what both of us want out of a mystery gift.
Yeah.
We both mystery gift each other when we do, solely for the purpose of unlocking terrible skins neither one of us wants.
Preferably for a champion we already have a skin for that we like better.
Or hate.
Oh, yeah, like one of those champs we just bought to try out, or
and ended
they
up
were
didn't
cheap.
liking.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's fun. But, West of the Village looks good, too. I like the gear he has. I like the white hair. I like the differences. They're subtle. And I'm happy with both of them. But Kingpin's my favorite there. I don't have an Urgot skin. Crab Gots. No, I don't.
Oh, that's right, because there's Butcher Got and Crab Got.
Butcher Urgot, I was going to get him for a while, but I really hate the way his chainsaw particle flies. It looks stupid. And as much as I love the Leatherface thing, I cannot play the whole match going, that looks dumb, that looks dumb, that looks dumb, that looks dumb. So no, I don't
that'd
really
be like me playing Officer Caitlin.
Yeah.
Just I couldn't play it. It looked so stupid.
I don't like his battle cast. It's cool, but that's not my thing. And Crab Got, while I like it in theory,
yeah.
In practice, whatever.
Yeah, no, I can get that.
Yeah. But since I'm already talking, I'll go ahead with my next one. We'll go back and forth here.
Sounds good.
As much shit as I gave the boy for being a new champion, he's not an early adopter. That's more me. I'm the guy who goes, that's the champ I want to play, and then goes with it. The only one I've bought for 7,800, possibly the only one I ever will. I was super excited about this guy, Vel'Koz.
And having played Vel'Koz, I can understand why. I'm not actually a huge fan. I'm a fan of his lore. I'm a fan of the character. I don't like his mechanics very much at all.
I love them. I love his bank shots. I love his super laser. And I love all the fuck off he has. Like with his big circle that makes you pop back, and then you can hit him with a slow and just be like wiggle, 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 I'm leaving. I love him. And he's a big floating tentacle bastard with a giant eye. I mean, I'm all up on that.
He's basically Cthulhu from the Justice League.
Yeah. Or like a super beholder or something.
He's a Shoggoth.
I think he's tight as fuck. And I really like playing him. I recently found out you could play him support, and I'm all about that. I don't have a skin for him because, again, Battlecast skin, that's not really my thing.
You know, for someone who main supports, there's not as many supports on my list as you might think.
I don't even know what I mean anymore. But yeah, Vel'Koz is the tits, and that's really all I have to say about that.
My next one is someone I mentioned a second ago, Caitlyn. Oh god, Caitlyn. Caitlyn is the champion I grew up with. I got her...
she was like your first champ?
First 6,300.
Was she?
My first champ was Annie. But Caitlyn was my first 6,300 champ. She was so fun. She was the first ADC I ever played. She's what I leveled to 30 on. She's still my favorite ADC. I love pretty much everything about Caitlyn. Lore, I love her outfit, I love her skins. Most of them, Officer Caitlyn looks kind of dumb, gonna be honest. I only have one skin for her. That's Safari Caitlyn. And that's only because Sheriff Caitlyn is the wrong... Or not, yeah, Sheriff Caitlyn is the wrong color. The splash art looks gold, the skin is silver, it makes it look lame. Otherwise, I'd own that. But...
Safari, you got when it was cheap, too.
Yeah, right? Safari I got when it was on sale and cheap. Well, it's not usually available. They busted it out.
We were sitting around going like, look, these are only $2. We should probably grab up some skins.
Yep. And so I did. And I haven't looked back. I actually really like that skin. I love her ult. I love her ult now that they fixed it, because they buffed it a good bit a long time ago. But there's not a whole lot to say about it, because I like most things about the champion. Now, there are ADCs these days I'm probably going to be better with. I'm honestly a little better with Jinx, but I like Caitlyn more. And I cannot wait for her visual upgrade.
Yeah,
it's down the line.
Yeah, it's way down the line.
But I'm pretty sure they are going to do it eventually, or at least going to touch her up.
Oh yeah, they've talked about it. They've talked about giving her a more Piltovery main attire. They've talked about getting rid of the skirt.
Yeah, which, I mean, I would mourn, but whatever.
Well, you know,
so long as it fits the character, I'm happy.
I didn't think about it. I mean, it does make more sense for the sheriff to be wearing pants.
It's Piltover. The sheriff can be wearing whatever she wants.
Right, but, I didn't realize how much of a difference that skirt makes until Headhunter Caitlin, which isn't out yet. It's on the public beta.
I would really like Headhunter Caitlin if it weren't for that really, really stupid hat.
Yeah, that helmet's kind of a drag. The hair looks really cool, and the skin overall is really cool, but that helmet is kind of... But they changed her from having just a regular skirt. I don't know if she has pants now or if she's just got more shit on her legs. But she had basically naked legs. Then they added little belts, and then they added, fishnets and,
They keep adding more
strappy
layers.
things. And, I didn't notice it before, but oh my god, that's so much visual real estate you are lacking. You see a lot of Caitlyn's legs, even given the angle with which you view the map. It made so much of a difference on her character model.
Yeah.
Now, I still prefer Resistance Caitlyn. Me personally.
Yeah.
But I think it's a pretty tight skin. It's a good use of your canvas, and it gives me fond hopes for the VU she'll get.
We're going 2 back and forth, right?
Yeah, I don't care. If you want to talk about your next champ, talk about your next champ.
All right.
Playing it fast and loose, my friend.
But my next champ is, I think, one of the only champs I have more than one skin for. Because one skin is for something very specific. I love Fiddlesticks. And actually, it's a fun little story because Fiddlesticks is a champion who, before I bought him, I hated him. I hated Fiddlesticks so much.
When we started playing, you and I both hated Fiddlesticks. He was scary.
Because it's just, and then suddenly, Crowstone from nowhere, and you're dead. You're so dead, you're dead. You're dead. And that's when you're a noob, and you don't know what a pop-up is, and you don't know how to stop him from murdering you, and he's just scary.
Usually, I just leave.
Yeah. But then I started playing him, and he's so fun. He was an amazing jungler. He doesn't really fit the current jungle meta very well. I end up usually playing him mid more. I hear he's a great support. I have supports I like more. I haven't played him support yet. But
I like Bill support.
Then I have 2 skins. One, Dark Candy Fiddlesticks, which I got pretty much the second it came out because I love how it looks visually.
Same.
It looks like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I love it. I have it too.
And then the other one I have is Criddle Me Timbers. I have it for the Criddlesticks troll build, where you get crit runes and you get crit build and you build nothing but crit strike and use his auto attacks for critical damage. Look it up. It's kind of it's a pretty well-known league joke. I was going to do that, and then since crit Gangplank is a thing, I was going to put on the Criddle Me Timber skin and answer to nothing but Gangplank the whole match. Someone says, hey, Fiddle, do this. No response. Hey, GP, do this. On it. Yar! And then I would do it.
I'm still for this plan once you feel like buying crit runes.
Yeah, once I feel like dropping the absurd amount of IP it would be for crit runes.
I'm getting to that point where I'm about ready to buy some new runes. There's so many... There's still a bunch of champs left I don't have, but... the must-haves aren't there.
I still got a bunch of must-haves because I don't play League as much as you.
Yeah, I think after the next champ drops, when I find out whether I want them or not, I'll probably grab some runes then. I could use some crit runes, I think, for my default builds.
Who's your next one?
My next one is someone I actually hated when they first came out, and until some changes were made. Violently, vociferously hated.
Not just changes, until you play them yourself.
Well, oh no, yeah, it was just that I played her myself, which is Quinn. She dropped, I wasn't all that interested in her, and everybody I played her with didn't know how to play Quinn.
And was just terrible.
I mean, they were playing her like Vayne.
She's not.
And she's not.
She's not even really in that bottom lane marksman.
She's such a strong top right now. I've jungled with her before, it's gone just fine. I didn't win the matches, but that wasn't because of my jungling. It was a team effort. We all sucked that time.
This loss has been a team effort.
Yeah. But yeah, she's got the capability to be tanky. She doesn't need kills to thrive, so when she gets kills, she's so strong. And she's all about that quick engage, blow you up, and then leave. because she has the ability to just leave.
She has great escape.
Yeah, and chase. I mean, she's just got so much flexibility as an AD carry. I really like her. She reminds me a lot of Graves, and I like Graves. I love Graves.
Graves on your list?
No, he didn't quite make the cut. But Graves is like, since Twitch sucks right now, he's probably my number 2 ADC. Quinn being number 1. They're just both so strong. Recently, I got the Woad Quinn skin when it came out because Owls and Degret.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why. Jon Snow, you know nothing. I'm gonna shoot you with owls.
Yeah.
My next one is the other champion I have 2 skins for, and someone I basically haven't played since Earth. Xin Zhao. I got Xin Zhao briefly after Civ HD's What Would AP Xin Zhao Do song in Worlds a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, alright, no, I have to buy this champ. I have to know what he's talking about. And I love Xin Zhao. The 2 skins I have are Imperial Xin Zhao. Back when it was cheap, I got it. And that's just old man mustache Xin Zhao. Mitsurugi Xin Zhao, and I love it. And the other one is Warring Kingdom Xin Zhao, which I wanted since it came out, waited till it went on sale, bought it, and realized it's Yasuo. They're the exact same thing. They look really similar. It's actually kind of hard to tell them apart. And I like that. I actually like it a lot. And I love how Xin Zhao plays. I love how he plays more in Earth because he's made of stick to you and die. And I haven't played him again since Earth, but it does not change my fondness for the champion at all. He's great AD. He used to be great AP. They kind of nerfed that a bit, but still.
How far down your list did you get?
I am at number 7, it looks like. No, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. Let me rattle off one last one because we're winding down here. I'd like to touch on League in general a little bit more. I mentioned him. He was going to be on my list a little earlier, and that is Ziggs. Ziggs is super strong right now. When I got him, I was mourning the loss of Twitch. There's a lot of mids that I'm really fond of. I never get to fucking play mid. This has been the story of my life. I'm always buying mids, and I never get to play them. You know when I got to play mid? When I really wanted to play AD carries, and people threw me mid anyway. But Ziggs he's fun. I used to play Ziggs AD carry for trolling. Doesn't really fit him anymore, but he's so much fun. I would scream into all chat, "I'm Michael Bay, motherfucker."
And blow shit up.
And blow shit up. I mean, and he's the guy, another guy I don't have a skin for. I mean, Mad Scientist Ziggs is pretty cool because of the beakers, but his default skin is really tight.
It really is.
The only other one I got close to buying was Snow Day Ziggs.
I'm gonna be honest, if I had Ziggs, I might own Pool Party Ziggs.
It's not really my style.
It is mine.
I don't like fun, so...
Yeah, no, you hate fun. We want to touch on League in general. I'm actually kind of comfortable. This one goes long just a bit, but I want to run down the rest of this list just quickly.
Okay.
And then you can do yours. The rest of my list is Swain. Not actually. I'm only okay with his mechanics, and he's not super strong right now. I love his lore so much that I don't care.
Yeah.
I have Tyrant Swain, and I am the evil overlord. Even if I suck, I don't care. I love Swain.
Shit, I didn't even think about including him on my list because I don't own him. But Victor, I feel the same way.
Make way for the glorious evolution.
Oh my god. We need to figure out how to play Victor Swain duo lane.
Victor Swain top.
Yeah, Victor Swain top. They can be like team suit up.
Yeah. Then there's, and the internet's going to want to crucify me for this. I love Teemo. I love him. He is the best, and his global taunt is so OP. I have Super Teemo, and I run around the map like a superhero, planting shrooms where you're going to find them. Mohaha. I enjoy that everyone thinks he's Satan. It's really fun. I love Singed. Credit where credit's due. A friend of mine named Kyle suggested I buy Singed sight unseen. Up until that point in League, I refused to buy anyone unless I'd tried them out first, but Singed is like never on free week. So I bought him sight unseen, and I've never looked back. They nerfed him a couple times, and I can't really play him as well as I used to, but I love everything about his kit. And again, he's one of those characters whose lore I love a lot.
He should be getting to VU soon.
Which will be great. And then so glad we're at the end of the podcast because I could go on for a long fucking time about this one. My last slot here on the list of 10 we both made was mine is Soraka.
Oh God, I am glad we're at the end of the podcast. I don't want to feel this venom too long.
Oh, I love Soraka. I love Soraka as the healer class, the battlefield healer, and she plays right into the power fantasy I have with League, the fantasy I want to fulfill, which is as a support. I actually really like maining support because I like enabling other people to do well in that game. It makes me feel really good, and that's what Soraka was best at. Morello. Move on before I...
Well, I think there's, without going into too much fire there, she's getting changed, and there's a strong hatred for, dedicated healers in League by the lead designer, Morello, who's not a bad guy. He just happens to violently disagree with the boy on this.
Just dedicated healers. He doesn't like him anywhere.
Yeah. It's a shame because she's got a really cool kit. I hope what they end up doing with her still retains the spirit of the champion and makes her feel like as strong of an enabler as she was before.
I also hope so. I don't think it will.
I don't know what they think they're going to do. They might as well just make the changes and have done with it because this pussyfooting around isn't doing anybody any favors.
Us Soraka players are never going to be happy with what you do anyway, so you might as well just get on with it.
The rest of my list, a champion I didn't even buy, Blitzcrank. I'm bronze, and until recently, Blitzcrank was auto-banned. He's still pretty high on the ban list. So, I never got to play him. So what was the point in buying? But then, I don't remember, I have it written down somewhere, I don't remember if it was Moobeat or Chef Lubu or someone else tweeted out a skin code for Riot Blitzcrank, and I was like, get. And I actually wanted the iBlitzcrank skin at first, and I was like, man, I got Riot Blitzcrank. But whatever, free skin, it's a pretty awesome skin. The more I play it, the more it grows on me, because he's got that little siren. It's wee-woo, wee-woo. I play Blitzcrank full troll. I build mana. If you are finding me, and I am Blitzcrank, I'm gonna build fucking mana. And then I'm gonna run up at you and let you hit me and make you think I pop my shield when I use barrier, and then I will pop a second shield, because it's my passive. Fuck you!
And then he will trap you under his own turret and pop you up until you die.
Troll kills for the win. I do it all day, every day. I am a good Blitz. I'm not a good much, but I'm a good Blitz.
Who's next?
Next I have Diana. Less on the lore side. I mean, I think she's really cool, but I really like her kit. She was another champion like Xin Zhao and Urf. After 6, you can't lose me.
Nope. You can't do that. It's impossible. Trust me, I played as Diana. I played against the Diana. It's not fun.
Following that, I have Mordekaiser. I have the Pentakill Mordekaiser skin. I don't like what they did to it here recently. They took away a lot of the black for some muted tones, and I'm not too fond of that. But whatever, we'll wait till he gets a full VU, and then I'll make my judgment there. But I love his abilities, all of them. He took me a little while to learn how to play due to his health resource, but I think he's really tight. Just build some spell vamp in your K. And then the last slot on my list actually goes to Skarner. Even after his rework, I really love him. The last rework they did for him, I hated. It was so close to the old kit, but they just kind of shifted around what effects all of his powers did, so that it felt like I was riding with my left hand instead of my right hand. Here, they've changed him enough that he feels like a different champ, but still the same
sort of
champ.
champ.
I mean, it's still the same basic moves. They just do kind of different things. And I think he's really strong. I want to try playing him support again, although with his poison, I don't know how well that's going to go. Maybe better with the stunning. But I like him in jungle. I like him in top lane. I like Skarner. What I wanted to talk about, we're nearing the end of the podcast here, but we can keep it pretty brief. I mentioned this at the top of the show. And I said a bit earlier, I don't know what my position is anymore. For a long time, I was dedicated top.
You were. You played Maokai top. And you were good
or Pantheon, or...
For a long time, I was ADC. I haven't really left the bot lane. I just sort of shifted to the role that I find more fun.
For a little while there, and I still keep trying at it, I was ADC. Like here recently, after Earth, I was like, oh no, I can ADC. Cool, that's something I can do. Now, not so much. I don't even know where I belong at this point. I do well mid. I mean, but I don't get to play mid, so...
I do well support and jungle, the second support.
I jungle okay, but I don't deal with the expectations well, mentally speaking, and that puts a damper on my play.
I deal with those well. My only problem with jungling is that I gank to the detriment of my jungle. I end up under-leveled and under-farmed and under-golded because I don't go farm. I just constantly gank lanes.
Well, and that's part of my problem,
because I feel like I should always be somewhere. I should always be helping. Because in my head, I'm a support. I'm not here to carry the match. I'm here to gank lanes and make sure all the lanes win their lanes so that we just win the match. And that's actually a detriment, and I gotta learn to break that habit because I need to go farm occasionally. Otherwise, my second, third, and fourth gank aren't gonna be worth shit.
Yeah. And jungling is such a hard topic to even breach because there's so much there. I mean, everybody puts so much on the jungler, and it seems like that's lessened, or maybe I've just been playing with better people. Because I don't hear as many jungler criticisms as I did in Season 3.
It's been since they changed the vision system a lot.
That's true. That is true.
I love the new vision system so much more than the old one.
Yeah.
As a support player, I feel less like a ward machine. I feel less like insert coin, receive ward.
At the same time, I don't like that I can't make up for nobody else placing wards. Like, I like that it's become a group job, but...
If the group doesn't do their job,
yeah, we're kind of
take
fucked.
it upon yourself.
I have lost so many matches due to lack of vision, and I only got 3 wards to place.
Yep, I got 3 wards and a pink.
And it doesn't matter what lane I'm in, that's all I fucking got.
Grab the ward trinket, get myself the pink ward upgrade, grab an oracles, and that's free wards for the rest of the game, and I can place them wherever I want, whenever I want. Don't make a damn bit of difference. It's just because I only got the 3, and I can ward Baron, I can ward Dragon, and I can ward one of the river bushes, or their blue, or whatever. And then I can drop a pink somewhere where I don't think anybody's going to find it, but it grants some decent vision. And then the rest of it is up to y'all. I can only do so much.
I usually drop one on either side of River Bush. I think those are the most... If you're not going to have wards anywhere else, those will get you the most support.
They're the biggest bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Top and bottom, that is to say, top and bottom of mids, river bushes.
Yeah, top and bottom river. Even if I'm, like, late game, obviously. If it's laning phase, I'll drop a pink in my tri-bush and then just throw one in river bush.
Yeah, same.
I mean, that's just, because if they find the ward in tri-bush, you know.
If they find a ward in tri-bush, oh, you're in tri, I see.
Yeah, so you know what you should be doing. It's safe, and now you're nice and safe. You know what's going on, and, pink's just 100 gold. But, otherwise, late game, even more important than Dragon and Baron, I would rather have those 2 bushes warded. If I have 3 wards, I will drop the other one in Baron. Drag's a great objective and everything, but
late game,
we're going to get fucked a lot more if they take Baron.
Yeah, no, late game, I forego drag for like something in their jungle so I can watch them move around. Mm-hmm. But early game, no, I even as a support, I will drop pink in the tri-bush, 1 in river bush, and then I will use that 3rd ward of the oracle of the sightstone that I bought real early, and I'll drop that shit on drag, like level 4. I just want to be able to maintain constant vision of drag.
Oh yeah, and that's smart. That's good play. I miss being able to drop wards everywhere like Teemo Shrooms, but so yeah, now listener, you've had a bit of an introduction to us as League players. Not super comprehensive, but I think there's still a lot of room to talk about League, and fortunately we have that opportunity in the future.
Yes, indeed. But until that future comes, just try and remember that those talks about League and League in general is better when nerds talk about it.
Fuck it, let's go!